Okay, so let's start this video out with showing the project we're going to be building in this video series. First, let's click Run. And as you can see in this game, we have a nice light 2D here that's casting shadows on our player and also on the coin there. If we go here and pick up the coin, it disappears. Jump down, pick up the coins. And that's basically it so far. I'm going to be trying to add more stuff like animations and transitions to other levels. This is currently what I have. This is still going to probably take a few videos just for this base scene, but let's get into it. So we're going to go in here. And before we create a new scene, actually, let's go to project settings and let's make sure we have the proper settings. My width currently is 320. And the height's 180, and then I have the test width and height set to 1280 by 720 or 720. And we have stretch set to 2D with ignore. And that's all you're going to need in order to have the same project settings. And set run here. I'm going to clear this. And now let's go in and create a new scene. Do a 2D scene. We're going to call this game. We're going to add a sprite. And we're also going to add camera 2D. And actually, no, never mind. I'm gonna add the sprite to the level just so it's easier. So we're gonna go in here, change the transform to 160 by 90, which is half the screen, and it should center our camera right in the middle of our display port. Oh, let's go in, save this, and I'm gonna save this under a folder called Scenes 2. I don't want to mess up my original folder, but just create a new folder, name it Scenes, and click Save. Next, what we're going to want to do is we're going to create another new scene. We're going to name this one. We're going to use another little node 2D. Or, you know what? Let's actually just use a node. Rename this node. Actually, we're going to name this base level. And under here, we're going to go in, add in the sprite I was going to add in before. And we're going to set it up to load. Open up my art folder and upload the background. And we're going to do it 160 by 90 so we get center of the screen again. And now let's go add in a tile map. We're going to keep this as tile map. And let's add another light. I'm going to add a light 2D next. And I'm going to load in the light texture I created. It's only a 64 by 64 image where I just basically made a white triangle. Now, next what we want to do is enable shadows. And we're going to want to change the transform to -45. Let's move the position also like 32 units away. And change the texture scale to about 5. That looks probably good enough. Now we're going to save this as the base level. Let's go ahead and set a new tile set. I'm going to edit this tile set. Let's drag this up so we have more space. Open up the sprite sheet here. Let's create a few single tiles. We're going to select this, set up the collision, set up the occlusion. Then we're going to rename this to the wall. Next, we're going to do another single tile. Select here. Select this, select the occlusion. Here we go, right here. It's going to be called the coin. And next, what we're going to do is create another single tile. Select this player one. Select that and that. And we're going to name this player. Next, let's go in and change the cell size to be a 16 by 16. Let's now draw the level. We're going to leave 2 slots here. And let's make sure I include everything. And we're gonna add a slot here for later. I believe, yeah, it's about 5 slots here. That's gonna be for the second light. We're not gonna add it in this video, but I just want to show it off. And let's go in and start building the level here. I'm gonna leave about 5 blocks here, draw here, and leave 2 blocks here, put here. Let's fill this in. Add the coin in here. Oh yeah, also we're going to want to change the light 2D. It's a little bit too bright for my liking. We're going to set it to the energy to be about 0.3. That's looking a lot better. You guys can play around with this if you want. I think the minimum is like 0.13. Maybe if you try going any lower, I don't know, you can go lower. Maybe that's something else, but okay, no, you can actually set it all the way to 0, but I'd say 0.3 energy. That looks pretty good. You guys can play around with it if you don't like it, but I think that's good enough. Let's go in and add another coin here. And we got our base level here set up pretty nicely, I think. Now let's go in, make sure in our Scene 2 game, we're going to want to instance this level. So it's going to be called base level under the Scenes 2 folder for me, but for you guys, it should be under the Scenes folder. And as you can see, let's click Run. Now we got to select project. I'm going to select the game here. And we got this nice level. Let's go in and just also add in tile map for the player here. Right now you see the players blocking it, but once we go in and add the actual player, we're going to be able to just have the smaller player instanced. There's one last thing I'm going to want to do, and then the rest of the stuff I'm going to cover in the video that I'm going to upload tomorrow. So let's go in and create a new scene. This one is going to be, I believe it's going to be static. Yeah, we're going to use static body 2D. We're going to name this wall light. This just basically passes light through the wall. And so we don't need to leave open gaps in our level, which would be bad if players somehow figured out a way to get through them. And we're going to want to go in here, load the texture. And we're going to go in, do the sprite sheet here. What we're going to want to do is under animation, change the H frames to 3 and keep the frames 0. And now all we need to do is set I believe it's under visibility, and change the light mask from layer 1 to layer 2. We're going to name this wall light. Now I believe if we go to here, let's go instance some wall lights. Actually, was that from another scene? I just don't want to wall light. We're going to make sure it's from scenes 2. As you can see, we're going to drag this. Oh yeah, we can also make sure we have our collision shape so players don't fall out. Create new rectangle shape. And set this to be an 8x8. And last thing we need to do is go in here, duplicate, drag it down here, duplicate again, drag this up, drag this all the way over here. As you can see, we compare this to the, well, actually let's also go in and match the level. So let's go in, and it was like, well, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Okay, there's only one thing here missing, it's just this. And now if we look side by side, you can see that we have everything here set up, ready to go. We just need to start adding in the code to instance the player, instance the coins, and that should be it for this video. There's one last thing I want to show you guys. If you go, let's go to my Google tab. There's a Humble Bundle deal. It's a COVID-19 bundle. If you do $20 or more, you can get some great games. There's only about, from the time of recording, about 4 days left. Get some great games here like BioShock Remastered, Hyperlift Drifter, Super Hot, and a bunch of other great games here, and some random like books and applications here, and some music. I highly recommend you guys to support it. It goes all to charity. A lot of good free stuff. And I guess that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow.